Dude, you've been pretty hot like lately. We're talking like a 2.57 ERA in your previous 12 starts, like entering Wednesday. What's changed for you during this successful stretch? This is some great baseball you're playing.
Yeah, no, definitely been on a roll. Had a little hiccup yesterday with a bit of an injury, but prior to that, been feeling great. Being, just trying to be as consistent as possible in every aspect of my pitching. With pitch mix, my delivery, my mechanics, all that, just rolled into one. Being on the same page with our catchers. I think that's been major parts of how I've been able to be so successful over the past 2 months or so. And it's been a lot of fun to be able to ride that wave and have that confidence every single 5 days, knowing that I'm going to go out there, I'm going to beat on somebody.
And while it doesn't seem like a playoff season for the Rockies, I mean, what does your focus then shift to? Like your mindset, maybe playing the role of spoiler, kind of how we talked a little earlier. You loving it to beat the Dodgers? How about the Padres and the Giants?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Obviously we're pretty far out of the wild card race. We would need a lot of good things to happen for us and a lot of bad things to happen to a handful of other teams. But yeah, kind of the role that I personally am playing, and I'm sure the rest of the team is playing that spoiler. We play the Giants for 2 more series. We're done with the Padres, but we play the Dodgers again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, being able to play spoiler and go out there where a team might look at you and might take you for granted, you go right back and you bite them in the ass with that. They're going to be a little salty. They're going to feel that pressure of especially here down the stretch, last 30 days of baseball.
And Coors Field is this different planet almost. Like we see it. It's a hitter's paradise. We see it in DFS, DraftKings, like everyone targeting hitters and high game totals, like on the DraftKings Sportsbook. What difference do you notice when pitching at home compared to on the road?
So I'm sure you may have heard it before, but so for pitching here at home versus on the road, your stuff is not going to move quite as much. And as a pitcher, especially a starting pitcher, where you're trying to log, anywhere from like 6 to 8 innings every single outing, you have to understand how your stuff is going to be playing at altitude and also at sea level. It's obviously nicer, going to sea level, your stuff is going to be a little bit nastier. You're going to have some sharper break. You're going to have bigger breaks. So that's always fun to see. But, bouncing back and forth, it's a constant adjustment for us, where, we're doing everything we can to understand how we mix things here at home and on the road.
Did that take some time to adjust, like, to that difference, especially early on in your career?
Yeah, I think for the majority of us, especially myself, Marquez, Senzatella, and Johnny, it took us a certain amount of time to really grasp like we need to do going from sea level to altitude. And I think, showing this season, I think with how consistent we've been, especially at home, making that adjustment, I think it's shown that we have somewhat truly grasped the kind of adjustments that we need to make series by series, going from altitude to sea level. And I think our numbers have showed that. I think we have, one of the better starting ERAs there overall through the season. Innings pitched wise, same thing. We're right there at the top as a starting core. So I think we've done a good job of grasping those adjustments.